Hi, this is Jamie Birch, president of JB Commerce Marketing Agency, Performance Marketing Agency in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Just wanted to record a quick update on what I got on the advertising tax, at least here in Idaho. On Saturday night, my wife and I had the privilege of attending a political fundraiser here in Idaho. Idaho's unique in that I met almost all our state representatives, governor and everybody, by just attending one of the party's events. It's pretty one-sided over on this side of the country. But I did get a chance to meet with our governor, Butch Otter, Senator Mike Jorgensen, Senator Hammond, quite a few other people, our lieutenant governor, and several of the candidates running for election this year. Want to thank first Governor Otter for spending a good solid 10 minutes with me, the lieutenant governor for spending time with me, and Mike Jorgensen, Senator Hammond, and more. And I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. Most of them knew what I was talking about. When I said Amazon tax, they looked at me like they knew what I was talking about. They had heard about it. Even Senator Jorgensen knew what was going on in Colorado. So that immediately I got a little frightened that they knew what it was and that it may be coming to Idaho. Almost every single person said to me that we don't have anything in Idaho, anything to worry about in 2010. The governor did stress that he has legislators coming to him every day with 10 new ways to tax the citizens of Idaho State. And that they all reiterated that we here, the citizens, need to keep track of what's going on and let them know when things are coming up. But they all had a pretty good idea of what it was. Some made very strong statements that it will never happen in Idaho, and for those that said that, I'm not sure they understood as much as I would have liked. I talked to some former senators who are still very active in Boise, our state capital, and after a solid 20 minutes of talking about that, they kind of understood what was going on and what this advertising tax represented. And as they started out, one senator, a former senator, looked at me and said, "I'll tell you right now, I'm for that tax." So let's start from there. Through the conversation, and we shared dinner together, I explained what it was, what we were doing, and what the advertising tax did and the realities of it. And I think he understood much more clearly what it is and why it's bad for Idaho and why it's bad for any state. It was, so for those of you who haven't done this before, for those of you who have, thank you. You've been my inspiration to at least start talking to our elected officials here in Idaho so we don't have this issue come up here. But just the manner that you did it, it really forced myself and the rest of the people at my company to get educated on this tax. For those of you who haven't done it yet, it's not as scary as you think. The elected officials were real receptive to speak to me, and I got serious time, not just a passing handshake. I got serious time with each of those that I was able to get in front of. And this was just at an event. It was a dinner. It was pretty low-key. But if you're in your state and something's coming up, whether something's coming up or not, really want to encourage you to start reaching out. Nothing was happening in Idaho. I heard no rumblings of this at all, but what happened in Colorado and what's going on in California really pushed me to at least inform our elected officials of what's going on. I will say that they all kind of knew what was going on, and a lot of them want to work on some fair tax over all 50 states. These were Republicans I was speaking to. Some were open to some sort of 50-state fair tax so that everyone's taxed fairly. So they know what they're talking about, and they do want to meet with you. I was very well received in all the conversations, and all of them said, if you hear anything, call me, and we'll get a meeting. So I don't know what the effect of a couple hours at a dinner, at a party dinner, talking to everybody, what that net effect will be. What I do know is they have a face now to put to this Amazon tax or advertising tax, and hopefully, I know the ones in my district, because I've seen them before, will remember me if anything like this comes up, and maybe that'll prompt them to just give me a call, or maybe I'll get some more FaceTime in front of them when that happens. So really want to encourage anyone who's affected by this to reach out and get involved. I actually had a lot of fun. It was a good dinner. My wife and I got to go out. We had a great time, met some really cool people, and talked about something that I'm very passionate about, my business, our industry. A special thanks to Phil Thompson from Confidential Investigations here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Phil got us the tickets to that event, and he also walked me around and personally introduced me to Governor Otter, Senator Jorgensen, the Lieutenant Governor, Senator Hammond, and more. Really want to thank you, Phil. If you're ever looking for a private investigator in Coeur d'Alene, this is the guy, and his firm is the one to go to. They really opened up a lot of doors for us. So there's our update on Idaho. From what I understand, speaking with the governor and several senators from our state, nothing's happening in Idaho. One said, it's dead, it won't come about. In 2010, you have nothing to worry about. So a little more relaxed here in Idaho, but in the other states, guys, keep up the good fight. Everyone else, keep supporting them, and reach out to your representatives in your state. The worst case scenario is you educate them on it, and if it ever comes up, they know who to call, who to talk to. So there it is, the I'm sure well sought after, anticipated Idaho advertising tax update. Thank you.